Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome back to UPRE, otherwise known as UPR Entertainment. My name is E Boogie. I want to say let's start the show. I guess I should give a little background on what we're reviewing tonight. Creed, if you didn't know. If you didn't know, you should be watching more shows. Why aren't you watching the shows? We're placing ads every week. It's Creed. Come on. Let's get to it. Once again, my name is E Boogie. Welcome back to UPRE. Tonight, we review Creed, another installment of the Rocky saga. You thought it was over? Oh no, it's just begun. With me, I have Mr. 3000 Mike Knox. Hi.
What's going on, yo? I'm excited, yo, because I'm always excited, right? Like, so it doesn't matter. I like everything, but this is one of my favorite of the franchise. It's why I picked the franchise. Boop, you Rocky. I'm here for Creed. Cannot wait to get this started. Okay.
Well, I love the energy. I know you're going to come with it tonight. I love to see when you really get invested in whatever we're reviewing, because you always come up with the clips. You always come up with the fire lines, which are my favorite. I have a bad memory, so I'll leave you to that. I also have with me Mick. Mike or Mick? How do I pronounce that?
Mick, M-I-C.
Okay.
Mick.
Hey, Mick, how's it going?
Chilling.
You living luxurious. What's
I
going
am.
on?
I got my feet up. I'm just chilling. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to talk about Rocky what? 7?
7.
Yeah. Rocky 7.
Call him by his name. That was his whole thing this film, but that's okay. Love the merch.
It is called Creed.
Yeah.
Nice
No,
merch.
but hey, I love how. Anyway, before I do that, let me not do that.
Get your t-shirts for Unpopular Review. Just hit up Mick after the show. We also have with us the executive consultant. Hi, ho, hey, ho. Hey
ho.
We're only like 2 minutes into this episode and already y'all boo loving this movie. And I'm like,
how could you not?
That's because he has no boo. You can't boo love something when you're booless.
It's out of practice.
Well, if my boo is going to be this woman from this movie, then I don't want to boo because she was a downer. And
wow,
Bianca.
Oh yeah, that was her name.
She was the most adorable girlfriend ever.
Yeah.
But she had a moment that pissed me off though. But
she's the reason why most men just
all right, let me wait, guys. Let me get into a little overview of this film. Like, okay, so as you've been with us, we've been going through the saga of Rocky Balboa. Well, now he's retired fully. He's out the game. And now we're following this young fighter, new on the scene. Michael B. Jordan plays him. Donnie Johnson, basic name, but really sweet guy. You can tell he's got passion. He's got some fire in him. And he's willing to commit to his dream. Can't really materialize exactly what that is, except to be able to do what he does best, which is fight. Although, I don't know. Should I say what he does best? Because he just got a promotion at his job and quit just after getting a promotion. Maybe this is just what he's most passionate about. Anyway, he starts off with a really rough childhood, kind of gets rescued by one of the finest women that ever existed, Felicia Rashad, who is the widow of his father, Apollo Creed. And this tale just encapsulates all the things a young man has going on in his soul, all that inner conflict of figuring out what type of man he's going to be, and self-identity, and also belonging. It's a really interesting character study on that coming of age energy, but also like with Rocky, well-beloved Rocky, which we love to see him in this role. I really like to see him in another perspective where he gets to imbue these gems of wisdom. He gets to take on a fatherhood role with this young man and I just really like that about this movie. But that's the premise. Who wants to get into the nitty gritty first?
Killer be killed. People die in there. Your daddy died in the ring. This ain't no joke.
I don't know him.
Right? He a killer though, right, little dude? Where was you at when I was in group homes, huh? You miss a meal? Nah. Which one of your killers in here next? You pick them. You pick who's next.
He wants to be a fighter like his daddy. Okay, he don't have to fight. He's from money. He like you said, Felicia Rashad, aka Mrs. Dubois, for those who watch Empire. Okay.
Oh wow!
She did her thing. She rescued him. He's in group homes, but like he said in that clip, like where was you at when I missed a meal? Did you miss a meal? Basically, he going after Duke, the trainer of Apollo Creed. He goes to my man. I was gonna call him A Boogie, okay, from Paid in Full. Some might know him as Mr. Avon Barksdale from The Wire, okay. He reaches out to him like, "Hey, let's do this. I'm 17-0 in Mexico," and he goes, "Yeah, that's Mexico. You ain't got no money. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing out here. Nobody finna help you. Your daddy died in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Nobody finna sit here and wait with you." So Adonis is, he wants to fight, but no one giving him a chance, right? And then he decides to pack up and move to Philly and say, "Listen, if you ain't gonna train me, who was my dad's trainer, I'm going to my dad's best."
I can tell the way you talk. You've been to school, so I figure you got some brains. Why would you want to pick a fighter's life when you don't have to? If Apollo was around, he would tell you that too.
He ain't around. I've been fighting my whole life. I ain't got a choice.
It's always about a choice.
Since we're pretty much like family, who won the third fight?
You did.
I love that part.
This movie and E Boogie spoke on it, and we talk about this through that we've gone through the series now. We got one more to go after this.
I love it.
Rocky's coming of age to me. Like this movie, written by Ryan Coogler, okay, Fruitvale Station, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I mean, he shows, and I had the opportunity. I won't play the clip. I put the clip in here. It's just loud. I thought it was really off. I had the opportunity to interview him at Fight Night DC, and he mentioned that he wrote this script himself. Just being a fan of the movie, like how would be the perspective of continuing this story. And for me, I'm not giving my thumbs up or thumbs down right now, but for me, it's my favorite Rocky film in the franchise of all the Rocky films because I'm gonna tell you why. I can relate to it more, being a black man. Okay, I relate to it more again, being a black man from Philly, where we talked about before in previous movies. But Rocky, I can understand what Rocky was going through, but I'm not a white Italian guy. Okay, but I can relate to this movie. I like where he comes from. I like his struggle to it. I like the fact that he just wasn't a dominant guy and he had troubles and trials and tribulations, and he had to learn certain words that if you're not from Philly, you have no idea what the hell they are.
So are you back there drawing this, drawing that? What's a John?
It's a noun. Okay. It's like see, these is Johns. This is a John. Wow. This restaurant was sitting in, it's a John. You're a John.
You got a John? Like a dude?
No.
But I'm gonna be living with my uncle for a while, training for the next fight.
That's your uncle? He's white.
Yeah, a long time.
Why you giving me that look?
Well, when were you gonna tell me that your uncle's Rocky Balboa?
I'm gonna call you.
And just like with Rocky with Adrian, there has to be a love story somewhere. Why? Because love story sells in movies.
It does.
It sells. Okay. Tessa Thompson. Okay. And this role, the only thing that she did in this role I didn't like in the two movies, and we got the third one coming out this year. That's why I picked this franchise. That she doesn't say John right. Right? Like she's just like add something onto there. But
that's a big piece.
It is. It's a huge piece. It's a huge piece.
I mean, you know what my thing is with her? Like, why are you getting mad over details that somebody didn't tell you that you literally just met? Like, you expect the guy to give you his whole resume?
I'm sorry. Can I call the hypocrisy out of what Mike said?
Like,
nobody else is gonna call him out on that.
Not yet.
We let him rock because we don't know what you making them faces for.
Because he said that this is one of his favorite Rocky. No, I'm sorry. This is his favorite Rocky.
That's my opinion. You don't like it, listen anyway.
Let Excellence finish. You said this is your favorite Rocky movie of the franchise, correct?
I did.
But you're not going to give your thumbs up or thumbs down right now, is what you said. that's why I asked you. But almost every other Rocky movie you gave a thumbs up to. So, spoiler alert, what do you think is going to happen right now?
Unlike you, I'm not a Debbie Downer. I'm not a wet cloud.
Let me pause this and edit it. I just edited Rocky 4, where you said that was your favorite Rocky movie of the franchise.
No, you're right. You're right, and I thank you for fixing that. And you're right. Rocky 4 is my favorite of the franchise, but this is my. If I had to put in order, this is number 2. You're right. I did say that. And you're right, and that is.
I'm not editing this out.
That's fine. Can I keep this? Listen, I've been drinking. Okay. I've been hanging out with the baddies, the drunken Wednesday people. Okay, so I couldn't hang out with them yesterday, so I drunk today in memory of them. Okay, when it's aired.
Were they in the ring?
So listen to what I'm trying to say.
If they die, they die.
And here's the thing, Mick. I thought it was Mike too. Like my mic sounds nice. Check one. Right. So here's my thing. And here's why I have a problem with that. This is why I think I'm different than most guys. When you're meeting a woman and you're trying to be with a woman, you got to be upfront and honest from the beginning. And he, from the beginning, held things back purposely because, and I get what he said, why he said he did it. But I felt if you really want to like this Joan, you tell this Joan how you feel and who she is. And that's why I played that clip. I thought it was funny. That's one of my favorite lines of the whole movie. What are you going to tell me your uncle was Rocky Balboa? Like, you can't hide that. I thought that was great. And from there, I digress. On Pop Review t-shirts. You don't know what they meant because I can't get mine. You can't get one. We're going to get them coming soon. Mick or Mike, sounds nice. What you think?
Well, personally, I really like this movie because it's literally Rocky Balboa too. You know what I mean? Like they go to the he's still visiting the gravesite. Nice. He's still visiting the grave sites. No, because I put the
rain. Said we might as well end the show because we're already giving our thumbs up.
No, listen. He's still visiting the grave sites, but this time Paulie's there, and then he gives Paulie a drink because everybody knows Paulie likes to drink. There's a lot of callbacks in this movie. There's callbacks to Apollo Creed. There's callbacks to just about every other movie. Little snippets here and there of Rocky. The whole thing about chasing the chicken. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? It's Rocky 1. I don't think standalone, like if this story was never made and it was just like this, standalone, I don't think it would hit. You know what I'm saying? But
how would it though? Just
exactly. There wouldn't be.
There would be no crew without Rocky. Exactly. It has to, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what I personally like is that they just literally, you know what they did? They Cobra Kai'd it, if that makes sense.
What?
You know
They did. I'm a Cobra Kai fan.
They definitely did. And the fact that they made it into a movie and a series and continued the whole situation, mind you, 3 movies and now. And here's the thing, then they go to Rocky, they go to Rocky 1, then Rocky 4, then Rocky 3. Like that's popping. Like how you do that? You know what I mean? Like it's like I'll say this, right?
Well, the third one's not going to have Clubber Lang's son, though. Although I thought it should have been. It's not Clubber Lang's son in Rocky 3 that comes out this Christmas. So just for a little, spoiler alert. But that's what I thought it was.
That's the rumors that's going around.
It was supposed to. It's supposed to have been friend of the program Deontay Wilder. And they're not making it Clubber Lang. He's just a whole different fighter, but still the same premise. And this one, and Rocky 3 will be directed. I mean, Creed 3 will be directed by.
I wanted to see
Michael B. Jordan.
I wanted to see Mr. T come out with Mad Chains talking about I pity the fool that want to fight my son, man. Damn, man. I was hoping to hear that, man. I was looking for that. I was waiting. But anyway, it was just cool. Like, the sad part was just that this girl, she was losing her hearing. It's sad, but they kind of made her like a little Adrian. And she's just like, I don't know about you. You're a little weird. Let me spend some time with you. And then all of a sudden she's fighting. I didn't know you had hands like that. I didn't know you had hands like that.
I'm a squirto.
Word.
So cute.
Wait, hold up. Hold up. So now explain the join thing to me because I don't know.
A join. It's a person, place, or thing. It's a person, place, or thing. It could be anything. It's a. Don't get my education wrong. I'm not gonna embarrass myself on camera, but it's a person, place, or thing. It could be anything. I think that's what he said in that clip. He said, "Well, do you have a John?" She said, "Do I have a man?" No, I don't.
Oh, okay. So it's like buying that. Okay.
I've heard that word, but join
Like
is famous. That word's not famous. Join is actually famous.
No, vaina is a Dominican word. It's
again, it's not famous.
Vaina?
Join is famous.
Vaina.
Look
It's
at Chris back here,
It's
y'all.
a vaina. It's a this thing. Everything is a vaina. Everything is a vaina.
Hold on. Who am I, y'all? Who am I?
Emma's from Mina.
What is that?
Oh.
You Chris right now. You Chris. When my hand goes up, yeah, my Chris.
I'm gonna go because I can't
Right.
wait
I
to
know.
hear
See
Chris
now,
cry about how
but
bad
here's the
this
thing,
movie
though.
is.
But wait a minute. I don't understand why you sitting there upset, rain clowning, when we do this all the time. We say positive things about the movie. It's predictable that we're going to give it a thumbs up, and you still over there rain clowning in the corner, having an Android phone and not knowing how to use it.
Can I also insert that this is the franchise
BS.
series, and with the franchises, we're pretty much singing its
You
praises.
could go in a second,
love
but
it.
let me rebuttal Mr. Mike or Nick over here, who got an upgrade to his house, and all of a sudden is talking all that Waka Flocka.
I got a fucking Waka Flocka.
No. Just because you moved from Rocky's house in Philadelphia to Apollo Creed's house in Los Angeles, don't come down here with your little bull crap talking about shoot fly. I don't know how to use Android, all right? All right, you over here, you make love to every single damn movie we do, right? And then give it a thumbs up. Yeah, I got a problem, right?
But
I got a problem. Why you making out?
No, he gave a thumbs down to something recently, and I was like, why?
Hey, listen, nobody better pick. Nope.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just tell you right now. You better get caffeine.
You know what, man?
You better get caffeine. You better get all kinds of
You know
caffeine.
what, man? We're not even about to get into that. And you know Chris instigated that, but I'm not even gonna get into that right now.
Of course he instigated that, and he's gonna have to edit it out.
Nope is excellent. Go watch Nope. If not, you're
I'm
lame.
going this weekend. I ignored Vic. I mean Mix.
Please
Mike.
do.
I ignored Mike saying because I support all black films.
Hello.
Excellent.
And if you're not,
excellent. Has no reason to watch this movie. I got asked, "Are you going to see this movie?" My answer was nope. I'm sure that's a joke's been going around for the last 2 weeks, but I am not seeing that movie.
You don't support anything, though.
I do. I support myself.
Not even your jog.
All I'm going to say is I expect.
I don't support your John.
That's all I'm going to say.
Well, listen. What's your opinion about this John?
About this joint right here?
No, not you. You said something, Mike or Mick.
Yeah, I said too much.
E Boogie was going to go before Chris because Chris is going to make it rain on us, and it's not supposed to rain in Florida for the next 2 weeks. So, E Boogie, your thoughts on Creed?
It's supposed to rain tomorrow, mofo.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
Well, you said you were skipping Chris, so that's why I went. That's why.
Yeah, I'm gonna hurry up and go so that Chris can get his wine on. All right. So look.
I don't have any wine. I'm not drinking.
All right. So this movie, it was hard to digest initially because sports. Thankfully, I had a little bit of bi-panic watching this love affair develop between Michael B. Jordan and Tessa Thompson's characters, albeit her Philly accent left a lot to be desired, and her making fun of somebody from LA being that she's from LA was also kind of comical. But them together, they had such good chemistry that I couldn't even complain about this like almost useless insertion of this love story in the background. Like, yes, an athlete, a fighter specifically needs some respite from their lifestyle of pain and injury, and they need something to look forward to outside the ring, and having a girl there, like, obvious, that's the obvious choice, right? If that's what you like. That being said, it was very pointless except for the fact that they had great chemistry, so that did save it for me because it was definitely going to be a thumbs down for their chemistry specifically. Now, Michael B. Jordan, I still have mixed feelings about him as an actor. I think that he has the potential to be great, and I think Creed definitely opened that up for me, made me realize he's got something there. But I think that right now he's still in a phase where he's just going to continuously be typecast either as this loving, perfect boyfriend because that matches his looks, a boyfriend who can do no wrong, or this, other side of the track.
You saw Black Panther, right?
I mean, I kind of agree with you though. I do kind of.
He's like an edgy bad boy in that too, and it's like
I mean, he's like a black Brad.
Highly educated, right? Highly trained.
Well, like he's like hardcore eye candy for older ladies.
Action star. Like it's
my wife does say shout out to Back Day. So when she saw the first time she saw the trailer, she said, "Ooh."
I mean, and he got really ripped for this. Like he looked like those boxers, those UFC fighters that, you know, get down to their leanest, meanest, and get really cut up. Like he really did the thing in this. I think he did really well with the character that was written. I think that the character felt very elusive. It seemed like you knew what his motivations were, but it wasn't because of any one thing he says or does. It's like a collection of his interactions with the people he actually does care about and connect with, or tries to create a connection with. Just in his quick, I don't know, attachment to Rocky, I could sense that he was trying to grasp onto some identity from his past and from his connection with his father, any connection he could establish with his father, because he missed out on that. And I could tell that he really sought family and a support system for what his dream was, which is to live up to the legacy. I mean, he kind of deflected a lot and really tried to punch that his name, Johnson, his mother's maiden name, down. And he really tried to like, yeah, this is it. This is who I am. And everyone kind of was not feeling that and was really trying to assign this whole persona with his father's name. But I feel like even in that, with his journey and getting better and even getting up to his last fight with Ricky Conlon, like he wanted to live up to the name before he started going by that name, before he started sharing that, because it's a sensitive side to him. It's a sensitive piece of his identity, and it's not something that he wore lightly, the Creed name.
I mean, I agree.
So yes, well, so I was just going to say that how his character was written really rescued what would have been to me just another Rocky revival, you know.
I think
which would have done well on its own, but
to be honest with you, I think what highlighted that moment was when he got the shorts from his mother.
Oh my God!
Because that showed her support.
Yeah,
she didn't have it before,
mm-hmm.
and then after that, like he didn't care about, you know, that he was rocking Creed or not rocking Creed and all of that other stuff. You know, as soon as he got those shorts, then it was on.
He was very walled up for a long time. He would let people in that he thought could bring him closer to that goal, but honestly, he just really sought connection, and I felt that he got that toward the end. I really loved that. I really appreciate that about this film. I appreciate the layers of this film that are outside of the ESPN highlights esque clips and shots and stats and all that. That was cool and really high production. But what I loved most was just watching him grow as a fighter and as a man. And I thought that was really, really well done and very well executed. And yeah, I mean, Rocky, like you said, Mike, Rocky, this is a coming of age moment for Rocky too, because at this point, I'm not quite sure where he is with Rocky Jr. But this still gives father figure, what type of man and what type of person Rocky is at this point in his life. I do want to touch on one more thing. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this already, it's very, very old by now, but Rocky does end up having cancer in this movie. And the way that he deals with it is to not deal with it initially, and it's just like, okay, well, let me die. And when he finally, when it very in a not, I don't know, leaving the pamphlets in your jacket when you're going to coach, and then and then Donnie finds the pamphlets, and that's how come. That just felt very lazy. I felt like he didn't try to hide it at all. Why didn't he throw those away? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, the conversation happened, and I could feel, having gone through this journey with Rocky, I could feel like, okay, I get where he's coming from. He just wants to die. He wants to be with his family. He wants to be with his loved ones, his wife. Like, he's lived a full and rich life. He's an old man now. And this is his choice. And he doesn't want to go through chemotherapy. He's tired. He doesn't want to fight anymore. And I get that. But as a viewer, it's easy for me to get that. I'm connected with him, but he's also an old man, you know what I'm saying? And he's lived this full, rich life. And the woman of his dreams is dead. So it's like, okay, yeah, you're right. Go ahead, die. But then when you see how it will impact Creed and how it is impacting Creed, that he's not even willing to fight, like, it's like, damn, like, on the other hand, there's that. But that's all I got. Like, I really felt him in that moment when Rocky's like, man, Adrian!
Executive Rain Cloud, what you got?
There's a few things I really got in this movie. Let me see where I want to start. Hey, this was mentioned, the shorts, man. I want to mention the shorts. Shout out to Vic for mentioning the shorts, right? Here are the front of the shorts, Creed. Here's the back of the shorts, Johnson. Thank God they switched Johnson to the back and not the front, because that would have been awkward to wear in the ring if he had the Johnson in the front. Now, that being said, let's discuss this movie in general. Let's discuss the fact that I had to deal with Rocky and Adonis and Adonis's mom and Adonis's girlfriend. Actually, let's just throw that case out. I was so upset with Bianca. I don't understand why I had to watch her in this movie. She was such a waste of time character. Now, look, how do we introduce ourselves to this woman, right? She's playing music too loud. No consideration for the people in her building. He kindly went down there and asked her nicely. What does that have to mean? Anything?
She can't hear.
What does that have to do with anything?
She said, I'm sorry, I can't hear. Like, sometimes when the story's right there and it goes over people's head, it's kind of like, she said, and I quote, "Oh, my bad. I didn't know it was that loud."
Mm-hmm. And then what did she do?
She turned it down.
She answered with attitude.
No, she didn't turn it down. She played it at the same note that she had it before he knocked on the door.
She did.
So what are you saying exactly, Mike?
I'm saying either way, she said she can't hear. She has a.
So that absolves everything she did. So she should have no consideration for people who can hear.
Well, I'm quite sure you can let anybody.
Because she did that. She what else did she do?
Talking about Queen Valkyrie has a punchable face. Like,
well, first of all, I don't like Thor. Don't do that. All right. She had a punchable face. Who's the guy? E, help me out. Who's the guy that had the
Pete?
The fight at the end, the one that won.
Ricky.
Pretty
Ricky.
Oh my God.
Pretty Ricky.
He was a male external reproductive organ. He had a punchable face. Couldn't stand him either.
He's a real fighter. He's a real fighter in real life, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
One more time. What is he?
He's an external, a male external reproductive organ. I cannot stand him. I just couldn't stand him. But anyway, getting back to what she did wrong. I agree with Vic over here. He was like, well, why does he have to tell her everything immediately? What for what? And then Mike's like over here, like, you should be honest and upfront immediately. Well,
sorry.
Why would you say
I'm only a man who's been a woman for 24 years. I think I would know something about being honest with a woman.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, you know what? I don't have time to hear your resume. What I'm trying to say is, no. What I'm trying to sit here and say is, I don't care how long. I'm sorry. I don't care what you think is going on. If I just met you, I don't need to tell you that I have a relative who's famous. That's none of your business for now. Right?
It was twice by then. It was twice.
It was more than just twice by then. It was.
How do you put that in conversation?
Time later.
Oh, my uncle's Rocky Balboa. It feels like you're bragging at that point. There's no reason to say it.
It's true. It's true.
I was mad that she was mad about that.
I think his point's trash. I think his point's trash.
Mind your business.
I mean, like, look, if it was, mind you, here's the thing. If at that point he had smashed already, you know what I mean?
Okay. At that point, by then, when he's moving out, he had smashed, or was on the verge of smashing. Which means he was already falling. When he's laying on her floor and they're listening to music and they're vibing, he goes and does that little kiss on the cheek thing. Okay, where that's showing that he has a crush on her as a man. Again, guys, I'm sorry, I gotta call a spade a spade. Men do not know how to be men. It's not. It's okay with a man to be honest with a woman. Why is that so goddamn
That's not something you have to be honest with. Honestly saying I have herpes. That's being honest. You don't have to sit here and say. You don't have to sit here and say. Hold up 1 second, Mick. You don't have to sit here and say my uncle is Rocky Balboa. You don't need to know that information. My father's a fighter. That's all you need to know. I'm trying to be a fighter. My father's a fighter. You don't have to sit here and say my uncle is Rocky Balboa, the most famous person in all of Philadelphia. You don't need to say that because then, like I said, it sounds like you're trying to brag.
I'm gonna give you my social. I'm gonna give you a copy of my insurance card, and I'm gonna give you my tax returns.
We're gonna agree to
disagree. Come on, man.
We're gonna agree to disagree. That's fine. But now we're gonna get into the other thing that made me upset with her.
Looking for a reason to get mad. That's my.
Creed went to her and said, "Hey, I need you. I need you on my side."
She didn't hear that.
Apparently not. That's the excuse.
Yeah.
She took it out.
And she's like, oh, well, you know what? You're going to do your thing, and I'm going to do my thing because I'm upset because my guy that I'm opening for disrespected you and me in front of you, and then said something about your dead father, and you reacted like any man, because I'm sorry, a true man would have reacted like that.
See, that's what you're wrong at. A true man has enough resolve to realize that his girl's at her opening show to let that ride.
The dude disrespected.
And let me say this. Shout out to friend of the program, Philadelphia's own Trump, okay? That's his real name, okay? Rapper, Philadelphia's own, indie rapper, okay? Had him on the show several times. In that role, he called him Baby Creed. He said to him, and this is
Trump, he said, don't call me Baby Creed.
Tone Trump's fault. That's his name, Tone Trump. Shouldn't have said, he said, what you say? He said, I get that. He did instigate the fight. Here's the thing what men don't get. There's a time to fight. There's a time not to fight.
Oh my God! I'm going to revert back to a previous Rocky movie. I'm going to revert back to a previous Rocky movie where Mr. 3000 Mike Knox sat here and said, I was so happy. He said, hey, I didn't ask you to stop being a woman. Don't stop asking me to be a man. A man is not going to let him be disrespected in that place. He said, and I quote, before he knocked him out or tried to knock him out, he said, and I quote, don't end up being a neighbor to your dead daddy or something like that. He said something along those lines.
Okay.
That was super disrespectful.
Okay. It was. Okay. It was. But here, let me
should have, and I'll let you retort in a second.
There's a way to address it without escalating it.
You're a fighter. He's a fighter. She knew what it was.
You're right.
She knew what it was.
Yo, that shit was mad disrespectful.
Come on, man.
Baby Creed.
But you know what? Even if that's the case, her reaction to it, I think, was overboard.
But
her reaction afterwards, because during it, and this is where I give her credit, Tessa Thompson, and I agree with some of the things about. It took me a while and a few times watching the movie to actually get into her character. All right, because at first it was kind of hard, especially with the way she says John. It was just bothered me, right?
Yeah.
Why are you so? That's what bothers you about all the shit.
No, because
it's the worst part.
It's the worst part. Her trying to have a Philadelphia accent was really horrible. But here's the thing.
That's what bothers you.
She was disrespected, right? And she corrected it. And she ignored. This is what men don't, again, people, not men or women, have to listen. You have to understand the situation in which you're involved in. There's a reason why I smoke too much weed to be around a bunch of gang members, and I'm too rich to be in them Hollywood circle, because you got to be able to know how to be between both of them. Okay. To say this, he said, and Tone Trump said to her, and I quote, okay, he said, oh, I know you know. Right?
That was disrespectful.
Okay, but she'd ignored it because a woman don't care. Okay, she's here with her man. She's gonna have a show. I don't care about none of that.
Next Thursday, we're reviewing Baps, ladies and gentlemen. Next Thursday, we're reviewing Baps. Now, in the meantime, let's continue on. I will tell you the saving grace of this movie for me. The character I absolutely loved and adored in this movie. I thought he was fantastic. Rocky Balboa. Great you had the statue up. I earn so much respect for this character in this movie. Not that I didn't have respect for him before, because I always have, except for Rocky 1. But I have earned so much respect when it comes to him because of his character overall. Now, shout out to E. E's so intelligent. Drives me nuts, but so intelligent. She mentioned the little plot device of having that going pamphlet in the. I mean, it wasn't even tucked in the pocket or anything. It was just
at all.
It was just out there saying, "Hey, pick me up." Right?
Cancer. How to live with cancer?
He knows he was in the hospital, right?
No,
he knows he snuck out there on the sneak tip. Then he comes back and he's looking all.
Who's he hiding it from? Who
he clearly didn't want anybody to know.
Okay, but who's he hiding it from? Who does he?
He's hiding it from
anyone. He told the doctor, "Hey, don't tell nobody."
You don't tell nobody, right? But who?
Let the doctor go tell somebody.
My point is this.
My point is confidentiality.
Because that's the plot device. They wanted you to know that he didn't want anybody to know. But even though he didn't want anybody to know, he left it out for any rat or turtle or freaking trainer to see that he was.
They're in Philly. Call it real. Cobra cockroaches.
Like, look,
I'm just pigeons. I'm just saying.
Listen, nobody's going to be that lazy.
But I earn respect for the way he was
having family around.
Okay, I earn respect for the way he overall was in that movie from the beginning to the end. I just earn respect. I like the fact that he was in the graveyard, paying respects to the sexual assault victim and the racist. I do appreciate that, right? I do like the fact that
Agent and Paulie, for those who haven't been watching.
I do like the fact that he was very respectful to Donnie. And trying to train him and getting back to him and training inside him and even getting in the ring with him. I appreciated all of that, and I appreciate the way he trained. I thought he was very, very good. And a little bit, he reminded me a little bit of my father, and that's not something I say, but my father lives in Philadelphia. He's from Philadelphia, and I'm from Philadelphia. But every time I talk to my father, because, I'm from Philly through way of DC, and I live in Florida, but every time I talk to him, he always says these words to me, and it drives me nuts. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? And I'm like, I just talked to you 3 seconds ago. Why you ask me how you're doing again? But every time the phone hangs up because he don't know how to use it, he must be Vic. And I call him back. He says, "How you doing? How you doing?" And I hear it now every time I see Rocky. Every time he sees somebody, like he saw somebody he didn't like, he was like, "Yeah, how you doing?" I'm like, "Okay, fine." Anyway, I thought it was touching. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it from this segment. When we come back, we're going to find out. Hey, I wonder what. Thumbs up, thumbs down from these three as well as myself. Stay with us. You're watching Unpopular Review.
Living large and taking charge, big boy.
How did you get past security?
A movie about two friends.
Follow me.
On the way up.
Where's the way, Alfred?
Who is Alfred?
You know, Batman's homeboy. To the back, Kurt. To the back, Kurt. Got you.
My uncle is a very sick man.
That's sad. I ain't giving up no booty.
Now then, who could be calling it this time?
It's my boyfriend.
He says you're tripping because you're in Hollywood, and he hopes you don't get played.
Babs.
Tell him he better hope his mama don't get played.
Now, who is in the suit? That's what I want to know. Who is in the suit? Is it Sherry?
Is it someone else?
I don't know.
If you want to fight this man, that's your business. But don't pretend this is about your father.
Victor Drago, son of Ivan Drago, who infamously killed Apollo Creed, appeared today to issue a challenge to Adonis Creed.
Don't do this.
I ain't got a choice.
That's the same thing your father said, and he died right here in my hands. That kid was raised in hate. It's dangerous. He broke things in me that ain't never been fixed. It ain't worth it.
If we don't do what we love, then we wouldn't exist.
It's time, kid.
So we're back, and it's us again, reviewing Creed, aka Rocky 7, featuring Michael B. Jordan. It's time to see. We're gonna give a thumbs up, thumbs down. Think you guys can guess from Chris's most recent rant what it's gonna be generally.
He does all the time making it a thumbs up lately, so we don't know.
Forgot about Batman now, though, so he's been giving.
Oh, that movie! Oh God!
He gave Smallville a thumbs down, so I don't know if I like this guy no more. He might not be my friend anymore.
Wait, he gave what?
He gave Smallville a thumbs down.
Smallville a thumbs down.
Without Smallville, there would be no DC TV universe.
I disagree.
I think I did. I don't think I watched all of Smallville, but it started off real strong. I do remember that.
Really? You started off strong?
I feel like it did.
I feel like it did.
As a Smallville guy, I will say this much, and I know we sidebarring here, that I did think that monster of the week mentality kind of ran its course real quick. But the big story of Smallville is not even Superman, which is not even Superman anyways. It's Lex and Lionel.
I'm sorry, we were talking about Creed, right?
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to Creed. My bad. I guess I should give it a thumb. Which direction will it be? Find out now. It's a thumbs up for me. This is hella entertaining. I disagree with some of y'all. I think it could have stood alone because all we really needed was like, you know, manufactured flashbacks of Rocky's heyday, and it would have been just as good. I mean, to me, we find it amazing because it's, you know, a continuation, but I think it could have stood alone, to be honest. I think Michael did an excellent job. Ryan Coogler also did an excellent job. One thing I do want to highlight is Ricky Conlon's walkout was directed by Hype Williams. It was excellent and exquisite. I was so impressed. But generally a thumbs up from me on this.
I want to go back to something executive consultant said, because I do think the standout in this movie is Sylvester Stallone. It's a reason why he won the Golden Globe. The problem with this is, I don't know if you guys know this, so a little sidebar with this. Ryan Coogler was very upset and saddened that when Sylvester Stallone accepted the Golden Globe, because without this role, Sylvester Stallone was out of Hollywood. Okay, I won't say he was forgotten, but he was not making any movies. The Expendables wasn't helping anything, and he brought him back to life with this character. Remember, he wrote this movie, he directed this movie, and he co-produced this movie with Sylvester Stallone. And when Sylvester Stallone accepted the Golden Globe, he gave Ryan Coogler no shout out, no nothing.
No kudos, no nothing.
No kudos or nothing in his speech. And Ryan, this is public knowledge, was very upset with Stallone for not giving him that knowledge. It's why Ryan Coogler did not direct Creed 2. Okay, and they went a different direction. And I have both of those interviews. I got Ryan Coogler and the director of Creed 2 also. Check out on my Mike Knox. Cheap pop, but it's not. But let me go out here. Of course, it's a thumbs up. But two more scenes I want to just share with you because I thought there were two more pivotal scenes in the movie.
Yo, you want to see rock? Yeah, let's go! Let's go! History, Creed! Lord knows I'm fit and rich. All inside the life fit and rich. When I tell you, I hit the fist. I got my different statues for Christmas gifts. But like rap so crazy on my Christmas list. Remember, I pray really. I wish I did. She get agree with the man and with the picket fence. I'm with some nigga that man. We took a risk for this.
That role, and I didn't even say pivotal, but I love that scene because this shows how great Ryan Coogler is, because what makes him great, what makes Fruitvale Station great, what makes Wakanda great, what makes Creed great is he pays attention to detail. The soundtracks of his movies are amazing. And the fact that this is a Philly movie, if you're from Philly, you feel this scene 100%. One, I loved it. I love the scene. I love the music with Meek Mill's in it. And then what makes it even more, this is the most pivotal scene in the entire movie, and it came at the end of the movie.
The champ is in bad shape, Jim.
Creed realized he has a better chance of hurting Conlon to the body than to the head.
What's going on with this round?
I should have stopped this one with your father. I'm stopping this one now.
Don't, okay? Let me finish. I gotta prove it.
Prove what?
I'm not a mistake.
That right there, and we talked about it in other Rocky movies, film reviews we did. Rocky was the version where his father died. He should have threw the towel in. Rocky even admits in his movie he should have threw the towel in. He was not going to let Creed go through that. And he said, hold on, I got to prove I wasn't a mistake. And I think that was so dope. And in that part I didn't show in that clip is just like every other Rocky movie, why I love this movie so much, is that he gets knocked out and has this whole flashback of everything that took place in his life. It just pops up out of nowhere and comes back. And like I said, 10 more seconds left. He might have won the fight. That's what makes this movie great as well, is that he did not win the fight, but he came to fight. And I thought that was pretty dope. Creed 2 is my second favorite Rocky movie of all time. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I have no more to say other than this movie, I can watch it again. I'm gonna watch it before I go to bed because I paid for it. All right, because I didn't want to watch it on the computer. I'm gonna watch it before I go to bed. My wife texted me at work talking about, you used my Amazon? I damn sure did. It was $3.99. Okay, Vic, Vic, your thumbs up or thumbs down? Which I already know the answer.
I really like that motorcycle scene because I was just waiting for like, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? You know what I mean? Like
that song wasn't out yet.
No, that's what I was waiting for. Like, you know what I mean? But that, like, you know, it felt very, very like Philly with the, you know, with the motorbikes and all of that, and everybody just running around and all of that. But then it was like a revamp of when Rocky was being chased by all the kids in Rocky 2. And then the other scene that you just put, that was pretty much the scene in Rocky 5 when he was knocked down on the floor, and then you started thinking about Mick and all of that, and then he comes up and then kicks ass. So like they just they redid it in many ways, and I definitely could appreciate that. Because a lot of the things were just callbacks to a lot of the other movies. And mind you, just seeing Rocky in this position, basically in the position of being the trainer and being Mick, and like one of my favorite parts was when he was doing this right before they was about to start the fight. Like I really like that because he's sitting there, he's talking to him, he's making sure that his cardio doesn't go down, and he's like, you know, giving him the last training and things like that. Like all of those things, just really made me appreciate this character because true. I mean,
take
like,
my gloves off. I gotta take a shit.
I mean, like, look,
this
is. That was hilarious. I don't even know that was hilarious, but you know, that's probably no, but you know what though? I mean, that's probably what some boxers really go through. Like they're that nervous that has to happen. You know what I mean? So that was really cool. But just and like in my opinion, this is one of the greatest characters in American history. I think that the Rocky statue is something that's very fitting because this is something that literally lasted 50 years and is continuing, you know, with the same characters and the same, you know, and they were able to just continue this story in an amazing way. So now if you compare this to something like Star Wars, started out strong, didn't really finish that strong, you know, so that's the problem with sequels. In my opinion, this is one of the greatest continuances of all time. You know, when you talk about the Fast series, you know, you have a situation where it just goes downhill over time. But with this, nah, man, it's just creative genius, in my opinion. And I definitely give it a thumbs up.
Rain down on me.
Shout out to Rocky for really giving a lot of, you know, good scenes in this movie. I like his training style. I liked when he was in the hospital, you know, after suffering through chemotherapy and everything. He was like, "Can we take this thumbs up, down?" But you know, he was suffering through chemotherapy. He was like, you know, hey, start punching, you know, doing that. And like when he was doing the push-ups, he said, "I wasn't going to say anything, but you know, your father used to do this one." I mean, it was just so many good scenes and good lines Rocky had in this movie. Creed did a very good job. Michael B. Jordan playing him did a very good job. I actually liked him a lot. You know, a lot of good scenes, a lot of good characters. And then you have Bianca. Really took away from this movie. Thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of this episode. It is great to be here. We will see you next time for E-Boogie for Mr. 3000. For Mick, we'll have a very, very good night. Good night, everybody.